We got a lot of stuff going on. Last month, now, when the media coverage was so heavily centered around missing woman Gabby, what's her name? Petito? Okay, Petito. 25 years old, Illinois State University student Jelani Day has been missing for more than 3 weeks. And, it's a whole big fuss about all of this, Maria, just kind of make you mad.
Yeah.
Because, a white woman go missing and they get all the coverage on all media outlets, and then all these black people missing and nobody say anything. A body was found in the Illinois River, has since been identified as Jelani's, and there was misleading reports yesterday that the body was missing its organs. Now we got attorney Glennon Threatt joining us this morning to discuss the circumstances around the tragic disappearing and the death of Jelani Day. Glennon, good morning.
Good morning, Rickey, and good morning to your radio audience.
Hey, Glennon, break this down. Have you been following this case, and what do you know about it?
I have, Rickey, and Mr. Day was last seen on the Illinois State campus on August 24th. And so he went missing. Obviously, his family was concerned. About 2 days later, his car was found near Peru, Illinois, which is a town about 100 miles away. It's a bedroom community, predominantly white, near the university. Then about a week later, on September the 4th, the body was found floating in the Illinois River near a bridge near a highway that's in the area. But after the body was found, the family was contacted, and then they provided some DNA samples. But it was more than 21 days later, after the missing body was recovered, that it was identified. And that was when that's the period of time they got Carmen Day, his mother, and the rest of his family and the residents of that area upset, because they felt that resources were not being applied to trying to find him, first of all, when he went missing, and then to identify the body after the body was found. And that's a common occurrence, Rickey, because what tends to happen is that when missing people go missing, then depending on their race and their gender and their affluency, then there's disproportionate resources applied to looking for them. And everyone that's involved in these types of cases know that the chances of finding a missing person decrease dramatically if you don't find them in the first 72 hours. And so she was angered that they didn't have what she called a sense of urgency in looking for her son.
Now, Glenn, how did the rumor, get out yesterday that his organs was missing? What do you know about that?
Well, you know how rumors spread on social media, Rickey, but what happens is that when a body is found that's been in water for a period of time, and also the organs tend to liquefy. And so it turned out that his brain and his spleen and some of his other organs had liquefied, probably due to just deterioration and decomposition from being in moving water. Also, I saw some reports that his body had been attacked by turtles and other, water animals.
My God.
But, it reminds me eerily, Rickey, of the Emmett Till case.
Right. And Glenn, what do you know about how many, just missing young black people out here? Because I see them on Facebook all the time. And then whenever I see something like that on social media, I always share it out, on my Facebook and Instagram. And why isn't there be done, people are doing more to try to find missing black people?
Well, anecdotally, Rickey, there's been 51 women of color missing in Chicago alone since 2001. But last year's statistics, I looked at those to prepare for the show this morning, and in 2020, there's still 89,000 active cases of missing people, and 45% of those are people of color. And so, there have been laws passed in the names of missing white women. There's a syndrome called the missing white woman syndrome. That's a sociological term that's used to describe the disproportionate resources that are applied to missing person cases with the victim is a white woman. And what we know well is that there's like the Amber Alert law that was named after a white child that was missing. Jessica's law, Kaylee's law, Megan's law. All those are pieces of legislation that have been passed about singular missing cases of singular white females. And there are no corresponding laws like that for people of color that go missing. And so it's clear that what happens that when a white woman goes missing, that disproportionate resources are applied. And I'm not saying that they shouldn't look for those people, but we're tax-paying citizens just like white people are.
Right.
So there should be a sense of urgency that's applied when our family members go missing in the same way they do when a white person goes missing. And everybody that's paying any attention at all realizes that that's not the case. when in the Gabby Petito case, her name was plastered all over media in the national and international news media. Back in, I think, 2005, Natalie Holloway went missing. She was a young woman from Alabama, and you couldn't turn on the TV without seeing her name.
Right.
Black people that go missing, they seem to be faceless and nameless. They don't even seem like they're looking for them.
Man, when I tell you that's really sad and hurtful, because, and like you said, we want everybody that's missing, black or white, no matter what your color is, your race or ethnicity. We want everybody to be found and be back with their families, young people, because I just can't imagine waking up. I text my son the other day and he got his phone on Do Not Disturb. And by the next day, I'm panicking. I'm calling his mom and we were just got on the phone and we need to have these kids' location. We need to put a location on their phone to know where they are. We need to train them, teach them how to protect themselves. Tell them, hey, don't go here, don't go there. You got to set boundaries with your 19 when they go off to college. You think they go ahead, Maria. You had a question.
Well, yeah, and it was actually along those lines. I had a question, Glennon, just about the communication. Did they have anything in terms of phone records from the time he went missing? Were they able to get any leads on that, or did they, take the action on any leads regarding his communication?
They haven't talked
text messages.
About what's going on in the investigation, and that's one of the things that's so frustrating about the news coverage, and so also to the parents. Because their contact with the police and prosecutors, the coroner told the mother that they had good news when they were able to identify the body, which I think is pretty that's sad. Certainly strange to hear coming from a coroner. But the thing that angered me most about my research for the story is when I found out that the police chief had said to Carmen Day that they inferred that it was a suicide. Now, this young man was found naked in a river, away from his car. His car was parked in an area near a parking lot. His cell phone was missing. The tags were off the car. His clothes were a mile away. His wallet was found almost a mile away from the car. How does that look like a suicide? And so if they characterize it as foul play, then that means they've got to assign additional resources to it. And so finally they did invite the FBI's Behavioral Analysis Unit to come in, which is the BAU, that famous unit that does profiling. But they're profiling Jelani, not a potential murderer.
And there were no indications of any mental illness.
It's sad.
Yeah. So there was nothing on social media about, did he post anything on social media indicating that, he was having any mental issues? Because he seemed really, excited about his future and, graduating and what he was doing in college.
I didn't see anything about that again, but the mother said that they were planning a family vacation in November. He was doing well in school. He didn't appear to have any of the indicators of depression or the types of mind that would lead you up to someone being suicidal. But, again, I know that they have the ability to get a lot of information from tracking cell phone locations, but that sort of information has not been released to the media. And if it has, I haven't seen it.
Yeah, I'm sad about all this. And he was a member of Omega Psi Phi. If I'm not mistaken, A&E chapter, Alabama A&M. And, rest in peace. Let all the A&E brothers know that we are sorry. And his family, the Day family, know that we are sorry. And we're going to try to figure out what we can do, to do something kind for the family. Glennon, thank you so much, man. We always appreciate your time. Ladies and gentlemen, attorney Glennon Threatt. Glennon, let everybody know how you could be reached.
You can reach me on Twitter at G3 and follow me and I'll follow you back.